Inside Story Uganda, real source of political updates.
Joseph Tamale Mirundi, mutabani wa Yohana Mirundi, mulina wano era njagala kumwaniriza. Simanyi wali tulinga abali mu ssabo n'enkofiira ate yo si ya bulijjo. Waliwo ate eri enkofiira ennene, ziri enkofiira 3. Tulinga abali mu katale k'enkofiira. What's the problem?
Kugamba nti n'enkofiira ya bwakadinali eva Zanzibar.
Ate
okugikuwa
yava ya kardinali va Vatican.
Dini yaffe gikuwina okubanga okoze miracles ezisukka 10.
Wa kardinali sitegedde kyo.
Dini yaffe fituleetinga abantu kati n'enkofiira tesaaga.
So mu dini ki?
Eyaffe.
Nti yeru y'abakatolika?
Eyaffe eri. Era muganda nga yafudde. Muganda nga badde abeera butawuka. Swaibo sali. Naye abadde ayina emizinga ng'egyange. Omulala bamuyitanga budatatiifu Kyeggunda. Naye yali ayina emizinga ng'egyange. Kakati nze ndina mizairo ezikuuma famire.
So oli yafudde. Kana bigenda kudda wuwo.
Kakati titiiza kujja mu
ne omusajja yafukamira mu maaso ga paapa nakwata mutwe. Toswala ebintu ebyo biwuliriza.
Paapa yagende Nigeria. Enkuba n'ejja okutonnya. Enkuba bw'ejja okutonnya nga paapa talina kyakkola. Baleeta omusajja alinga nze n'awuuba embooba enkuba n'egenda. Paapa n'amukwata mu ngalo. Amaanyi ge kardinali oyo wamala mugende mu interviewing yagenda mu kizinga eyo muleke Victoria ne banyiiga yali agenze ku fundraising ku kereziya. Basajja bannakenya be bali ku kizinga ekyo ne bamugamba nti otuwadde amabaati ameka nti 5 50 hata 5. Kardinali n'abala 1 2 3 4 5 ne basirika
amabaati 5.
Yes. Ne bamutera mu birabo bibamuwa ne bamuteramu endiga tesala nyanja. Kardinali kept quiet. Omusomesa n'amugamba endiga eyo tojja gitwala yasirika busirisi. Baba yingira ennyanja ekiddo ne kitimba ennyanja sapule ne zikolooba. Naye obudde bwe bwaziba ng'enzikiriza ekutte ekiddo kitimbye ennyanja. Endiga baagijjamu ne bagisuula nga tebamubuulidde. Ekiddo ne kita. Naye bwe yatuuka ku lukalu teyabuuza ndiga. Yesu yajja kujjamu kalikya.
Ebyo byali ku kardinali Wamala.
You can interview him. Reporter yali mwenyina wa Namboze. Mugende mwenyina wa Namboze emukono.
Endiga bagisuula. Ekiddo ne kita.
Endiga tesala nyanja tasala kalikya. Kakati muganda ngoyo yafudde abadde abeera butawuka. Ebutambala bayitawo butawuka.
Ebutawuka ifoti yotoka.
Abadde ayina abaana 8. Ansinza 10. Abadde ansinza 10.
Abaana? Ayina abaana 8? 80? Akusinza 10?
Abadde ansinza 10.
Olina abaana 7?
Ate abadde mukulu. Abadde ansinga. Kakati nkugamba omanyi mmwe kyemutamanyi kasatu kuba abasajja bano nga badduka.
You have 70 children.
Babadde bakasoba kubanga badduka boge magezi gaabwe ge bayina.
So eno enkofiira ya kardinali ate ziri.
Eno enkofiira tugiyita nseegumire era entunga yaayo giraba nti yemu naye yavudde Zanzibar.
Eno nseegumire?
Eno tugiyita nseegumire.
Ate ku nseegumire ndabako muhoozi.
Tugiwa muzira ng'ali mu lutalo. Nseegumire ensi yaguma. Omuzira agumire yaguma ng'eyibaale.
Seno ya muhoozi. Ate eri.
Eno era nayo yemu. Tuli mu lutalo.
Ya muhoozi.
kuba bwe tubakubanga badduka kakati
nze ndowooza nti otandise okukaddiwa
bagenze
okaddiwa n'emize gy'otagenda
kakati bagenze ewa pulezidenti ku weekend nga balina strategy kumukanga nti Muhoozi akuba enkuŋŋaana. Museveni yabagambye yakoze eki as he made a political statement kale namwe mugende mukube oba kuba kuŋŋaana namwe mugende mukube
ye Museveni oyo
nebakomawo. What the argument tebo balowooza ti Museveni is fighting his father mukicreating. I want to tell you mugende mbagambe bampa akatabo kange the lion and the Masai warrior. Nobody can fight Museveni in this country. Muhoozi knows his father. But I'm asking you, do you believe if Muhoozi is bearing against his father, would he be moving with his uncles? Because Museveni, the chair, is the head of the Kaguta family. It
is possible because politics is different.
It's not. Museveni is yepangirwako and Muhoozi knows his father.
So what is he doing then?
Yes, it must be the battle is between the Kaguta family and the Bakoto. The Bako thought that the Kaguta family was easy. You could grab power from them. Nga Salacha ina na masasi mugundi. Where did your father fight? Museveni spent 5 years in the bush. Do you know what happened to the Kaguta family?
During those 5 years? We agree that Museveni went to the bush for 5 years. He has been in power for 35 years.
Yes.
Teyesa sulanga byafiirwa. So the Kaguta family needs how many years okulaba nti beesasudde byafiirwa. That mentality from abantu abaso.
Namutunuulira ne mutunuulira. Ne mugamba Museveni oyo musajja mugezi. Museveni can put you on a self-destruction mission. You go to him, you ask something, nolowooza omuwangudde. Nenga he is ruling the snakes out of their holes. There is no way Muhoozi can fight his father.
So what is he doing there?
Yes.
Because he is still talking.
Yeah. Kakati mwembadde mulowooza nti Muhoozi ajja kukuba bidongo, ajja kukola ki? Mumulwanyisiza nti ave mu magye. Mumulwanyisiza nti ave mu gundi.
Tetumulwanyisa tugamba it is the order that Mr. Museveni has said that whoever wants to join politics leaves the army.
Nawandika kano nenkugamba nti natulya lwabuugo nga warrior, the Masai and the Masai warrior.
I want you to leave that one now. Tugende kubala, you leave that one. Because it's not in the contest.
Nakugamba nti Museveni tasaaga. Museveni detects enemies from far, but it takes a long time to act. He lures the snakes out of their holes. For example, he watches Mama Mbabazi's activities for a long time until the fall of the hammer. I always ask people for Museveni to strike a deal with Galuga, Mbabazi's rival, and the dropping of Mbabazi, what came first. Nenkugamba, Museveni directed officials of NADS to inject billions of money into Galuga's business, even before dealing with Mbabazi. Museveni also promoted Henry Tumukunde to Lieutenant General. Then it was an energized Tumukunde who fought Mbabazi. Museveni also did not listen to complaints about General Kali Kaihura until the hammer fell. He sacked his younger brother, General Salim Saleh, from the position of the army commander, from the office of the state minister for finance. Museveni surrendered his in-law, Alice Kaboyo, when she found herself caught up in the Gavi Fund scandal. Kaboyo was seen carrying her mistress to Ruzira prison. He, Museveni, opened and owned a live televised program, disagreed with his wife on reopening of schools during the COVID-19 pandemic. The question is why the two would disagree in public.
A man who can disagree with his wife live on TV. But I think at the time they disagreed, it was the president versus the minister. Minister of Education and the president of the country.
A story is of his close relative who stole his cows. And Museveni reportedly surrendered the man to law enforcement officers for prosecution. It is rumored that Muzeyi's father, the late Muzeyi Amos Kaguta, saved the man by taking a hunger strike. Museveni wita wakuzanya. Nti muhozi yepangira kutatawo. Ngabuno obugwagwa bw'obuzava bw'okukola babuwa sente. Ninkugamba, in 1986, the most powerful woman in NRM, the most powerful women in NRM were Madam Gertrude Njuba and Hajati Janet Mukwaya. When escorts of the late Oliver Zizinga killed a suspected criminal, Museveni surrendered her to face the law. Zizinga was only released by court even when she had lost 9 children in the war. Zizinga lost 9 children in the war. It came a time that it was Shamoboli and Omwana Wafud. Museveni yamuyita ekikunyu to defeat Kayira. Naye base court bekasaba ku bumuntu surrendered her to the law enforcement officers. That's the Museveni you should understand. Negamba Museveni sacked General Eri Tumwine, a member of the 27 pioneers of the Rural Bush War. General Tumwine is one of the Bush War heroes with a permanent reminder of the Kabamba attack when he lost an eye. Those who were in the bush know the role Chove played during the initial stages of the struggle. There's a man called Chove. Even when Museveni was leaving for Libya to meet Muammar Gaddafi in 1983, he spent the night at Chove's house. However, when Chove found himself on the wrong side of the law, he was arrested and surrendered to the law.
So you agree that Museveni is not easy to fight?
No. Haji Serunjoji, you don't know him, was recently arrested on the orders of the State Minister Sam Mayanja, contributed enormously to the NRM struggle. One of his wives was grabbed by the soldier during the Bush War days, only to be reunited with Serunjoji after the war. And in spite of this, Serunjoji was put behind the bars. During the Gavi Fund scandal, Professor Gilbert Bokenya, the former vice president, who used to call himself Mahogany, was also put in prison and had to face the law.
Now,
Sam Kutesa, whose daughter is married to Museveni's son, and the two married from the same family, also suffered the same fate. He was dragged to the dock and humbled to the bone marrow. The only thing he got was seeing Museveni's family members present in the court. Major General Gimu Muhwezi, whose wife played the role of Senga at the handover ceremony for Museveni's daughter, also found himself in Uzira prison during the Gavi scandal. What about General Moses Ali? He arrived in Uganda from Wekizai aboard a cargo plane with the Land Rovers and the bodyguards. Upon meeting him, Museveni said, I quote, "You killed the people and I killed people. Therefore, no apologies." Moses Ali was demanding for the vice presidency according to the Tripoli agreement of the city. He used to attack Museveni during NRS days until he was arrested, charged with the treason, and imprisoned for more than 2 years. Whatever he has today has been achieved on Museveni's terms. What about Lieutenant General Andrew Lutaya, who single-handedly parodied the Kanu and defended Museveni across Lake Victoria from Kajans to Kisumu on his way to Libya in 1983? What about General Pecos Kutesa, who was Museveni trusted ADC? He accompanied Museveni to Libya in 1983. However, when he failed to capture parliamentary building during the final stages of the war, Museveni replaced him immediately, and he died after a drinking spree for idleness. My submission is that era nze bagendayo ne bamugamba nti omusajja atambula n'ekidomola kya acid ate kayigula yampa permission. Have a letter from the Inspector General of Police. Naye bamugamba omusajja alina ekidomola kya acid, alina emitayimbwa, ayina ennyondo ayina emmundu. Omanyi Museveni bwe yabagamba? Yabagamba tokyogera. Yabagamba oyo mwangu nnyo. I don't need to disarm him. Ayire kasidi omuntu ogu oba afulumye ku ssaseeri ngenda muba babonereza okusinga ne kitata. Amaye effulu. Museveni bamuzanyirako. Amaye effulu.
So asidi we yasigala mu motoka.
Mbuyina for self defense. Bo bali bagenze bamugambe disarm him. Ne bagenda ne bamugamba obutambi bwe bakuba. Nti Mirundi atulemesezza ebya covid kubanga mbakutte nga bali ya sente. Ne bakomayo wa Kalisa. Kalisa ne mugamba ze ebyuma byange biva balaba. Ali mwati mpita wa kuzanya. Ate yonero muyolawo. Yabagamba mugende muwabire mu kooti. Take him to court. Ne bagenda ne bamugamba, how do you entrust these sophisticated machines to a madman? Give them to situated people like Kandiho. Yabagamba that madman will retain the machines. Tia akali bikete abo opposition nabaga no. Abo opposition imbeketera nimu muri stubborn yabasobola.
Ye Museveni abagamba about Mirundi.
There is no way Muhoozi can antagonize his father. Amusibirawo.
Naye by your own words wadaga nti the bwato is between abajozi n'abajogeddwa. Nate byonyine biraga nti Museveni buli mujoza amukolako buli mujoza amukutteko. So mujozi kyakumalira obudde. He has capacity to address
a rope, a political rope to hang yourself. Museveni embarks, he encourages you to embark on a self-destruction mission. Tibana abakuya batunuli. I have a meeting, bali na Chisos. Nasaba ministries, nazimu. Buli gwabadde ayagala nga amugoba. Naye nga ye Museveni omwana wa mukwesi. Have you had any scandal involving Muhoozi? Have you seen Muhoozi making a statement about politics? Is he Islam? That's why you asked them. Has he made any statement?
We saw a scandal when he wrote about Kenya in a tweet.
Yes.
Actually, his only scandals are tweets.
But what has he done?
Scandals.
Yababuli anti-Tigray rebels must have been, he supported them. I was watching television and I saw Obasanjo negotiating a deal between the Ethiopian government and
the Tigray rebels.
Because he's a soldier. He believes in Pan-Africanism.
Actually, nobody has doubted his credentials in the military.
Has been telling you, M23 cannot be fought. Are they Congolese? Do they have reasons to fight? What if, when Museveni went to the bush, Nyerere sent more troops here because the Tanzanians were here. And when Museveni attacked Kakiti, Tanzanians were killed. But what Nyerere did, he evaluated the situation. Is Museveni fighting for a cause? These are Ugandan issues. Nyerere ordered his troops to go back to Tanzania. There was no ceremony. He left the skeleton staff of trainers. Tanzania training a military team, so the North Korean commandos and the British.
So having explained what you have explained, what then is Muhoozi doing?
Yes.
If he's not fighting his father, what the Nyambonte is akola chika
Muhoozi is helping younger people to develop their talent. Atina bagambi.
If he was helping young people develop their talents, then he would help Bobby Wine too, because Bobby Wine is a young man whose talent is undoubted.
But what is more important is that why do you see the close relatives of Museveni accompanying this younger man whenever he goes? And why? I take it amazoba for nakapa hand. Yanti yinkubulia kubaka tirese ni mubabiti. Atiba nibekolide ekyo obusiru batango odoi passing resolutions. How can you shout at me when I'm entering a taxi park? You not enter my car. Am I going to your car?
I'm simply entering a taxi park.
Yes.
You may never know which taxi I pick.
What's the role of Otango Doi? Is to wait for candidates to clear them, whether they have valid papers, or whether they have qualifications, and surrender them to the delegates conference. Where do you find a person? bannange tewali alamuzizzaako olwaleero. A trader will feel embarrassed. Ebintu bye tewali n'alamuzizzaako.
Wakiri okulamuza ne bwe batagula.
But where do you find a party that is ring fencing seriously before the elections? What if these MPs adapt the same method? Tinewange temujjayo. Tango ndo itakitegeera. Is an academic idiot. You would even be happy to say our party has attracted several candidates because we have those who express their wishes, we have the aspiring candidates, we have hopefuls who can also graduate into candidates. Tachimanyi yasoma political science.
Yamunsomesa yete yamusoma.
Tiyita mumanyi.
Eyasomesa
bezi zikabitabu. Yasomesanga ki? Yasomesanga diguli bagita be flat.
Ani.
Tuyina kyosoma.
Eddasebo. Tango do yatusomesa obusomesa. Yasomesa bya.
That's why I have not gone for PhD. I have not gone for PhD because
he's a good teacher by you.
I'm not impressed.
One of the best professors
I have
Mandela
not been
produced.
Impressed by a professor except one, Professor Mukwaya, Musoga. Professor Mukwaya had an indelible impact on me in the political science.
So your result of Professor Mukwaya?
Another one, Muslim, was 2.
Only?
2.
They are the only professors you know?
No. So, kakati ona amazo bafunako upper hand. Until the race is between the two. Unprecedented. 2 people, Museveni and his son. Where do you find this? And these people bagana okuleta okandidate omulala kitegeeza nawe abadde ayagala bakugalidde weggaliddeyo. You have to abide with these resolutions.
Is it not the right of Tango Doi as the chairman of the NRM Electoral Commission to clear the air? Because there are people asking.
The mistake was made. Tango Doi has, this man, Tadongo, has also made a mistake. If journalists come and ask me about our campaigning, if I'm Tadongo, a smart guy like me who did the public relations, I would say we have no vacancy.
Simple.
We have no vacancy.
Which is the truth.
Yes, there is no vacancy until Museveni's mandate expires.
Until Tango Doi declares.
Yes. Until the Electoral Commission declares.
Why are your Muhozi Nkofiras yellow?
Yes. And we shall have a Muhozi day.
You are not answering the question. Lwaki enkofira za Muhozi musitunga mu kala ya kyenvu? Eriko
kakati gwe kitibu kibuuzi. Lwaki campaign team ya Muhozi eriko chairman's team? Chairman yani. Have you been able to study the chairman?
Chairman yani.
Not chairman yani.
Chairman yani. Yani chairman wa Muhozi.
Nkubulidde. Chairman's team. Chairman yani.
Chairman yani.
Ndi Muhozi.
Goliyo, chairman yani.
I had taken the time some years before talking to my friend Saleh. But yesterday I had contact with him. Yes. Why?
Sigawa kwile ne mubuulira by'omwogerako wano.
Nti Saleh tayinza kukkiriza nalemu era yabadde ayagala stories zange zinamuwandikangako mu nsiko. Nemo mulowooza. You see, let me tell you, you must be realistic. When a nun joins the Catholic Church, he does not expect to be a bishop.
Because it is not possible.
Yes.
It is not possible.
How can you say that a son-in-law can succeed his father? Obaba Museveni tebaliwo abasale bajja.
Obiyise bya kikanti muganda wo umutabani wa mukoko oba wa mukulu wa
a liberated country is like a hunted animal. A liberated country is like a hunted animal. When you look at American politics, they used to ask you, where were you during the Second World War? Where were you during the Vietnam War?
So that we know that you have been part of this from the start.
So unless you plan, these people, the way they are fighting Muhozi is the way I have defeated them. The argument was that if you impoverish this man, we will come kneeling before us. attempts were made. The president told them, get 5 billion.
Ate bali bakusobodde. Waliwo watembe yangu bukofiira.
Ate bansasula.
Yasoma political science.
Ate bansasula.
Bukofiira ne babukwatira.
Mobilize ate bansasula.
No babukwata because wali.
Ate buno babusasuliddewo. Across the bridge, there is no more sorrow. Across the bridge, there's no more pain. The sun will shine across the river, and you will never be unhappy again. No busuti bwo no bukadde nabwokeza obwavumbuvuddemu. Nakyo yinza eno group officially. Baguliddewo bo.
Obukofiira.
Ono yabugulaka t-shirt muzimu. Temusasula. President yali asazeewo nze mbambala ku byuma byange. President yali asazeewo to move with me during the election. N'afuna jajja sente. Ayina kubeera kachikoka. Ayina kugenda ku NBS. Kakati the way you underestimated me is the way you have underestimated Muhoozi. Muhoozi has never uttered a word.
You are singing it today that across the river, across the bridge, there is no more sorrow. So you have crossed.
Yes, have crossed. Kubanga kye nabaleeta tebakitegeera. Nabaleeta ne mbagamba, let us give Museveni, let us amend the constitution. Why? We are going to get a popular younger man atufuge emyaka 6. Reinstate term limits. Ligani yagamba nsigadde mu kyanjagala. Ni change wa constitution. The Americans did not start with the term limits. Since you have the power to remove and reinstate, kakati term limits zaaki. But in 1956, President wa America yabagunda ebigo 3. Congress nga siye n'eritikiteeso. Tikitandikako mu America. Kati term limits nabagamba, let us instate term limits. Ekyo tukireeze. Nembaga nti I know. Term limits are instated by a president who wants to check his successor. Obali kosa batali. Jerry Rawlings yamanya nti bi abantu amasasi enkoze ntia tie kuba yateeka okulunda lima ndina kuwangula Dr. Lima namujjako kati nakola constitution. There are 4 years. N'ategeera nti ni Ghana bwenfuna hostile president anfugira emyaka emeka eri nyumba ya Jerry Rawlings bajocha. He survived in Ghana because he is married to a princess. Kakati constitution mujizeewo. That was my argument. The second argument nti Museveni tumuwe emyaka egyo with an assignment ali harmonizing members of his family. Kati Muhoozi temukyamusobola abakubye n'abamalawo bano balina ku concede defeat. They are vanquished. Vanquished cannot dictate terms of surrender. They must surrender to Muhoozi. 2. Tuteekewo reconciliation process. Ti omusajja omukambwe nga Bobi Wine muli konsayiringe naye abaana be mbasasule. Reconciliation process. Why do you believe that Raila Odinga cannot rule Kenya? Bamusiba nnyo ne bambonyabonya bwakwata kupawa abadduse emisinde. Muyibamu bonyabonya change the constitution gundi nga bino bibabaddemu nti Museveni asigale for how long? In Malawi, the first lady Mama Kazamira bamugamba nti Kamuzi Banda is Sinairo n'agaana. Let him stay in power. Was decisively defeated. Kazamira refused, thinking that he will control Sinairo Kamuzi Banda. Bakiri Murusi yamukuba akalulu. So we evaluate mine nagenda okulaba nga Haji Moses yuko nga akiyingiddemu. Kana akawala simanyi gateway twani nali nakawulidde dda nga bo bagamba Mirundi olaba ali awo Museveni waali. Kakati ngenda okulaba abakiyingiddemu nga bo bategedde Muhoozi abakubye. Era for the first time I got a paragraph in the monitor ekitabangayo. Nentegeera bano balowooza sibala. They think I don't calculate. Nenkuba ate kyenateeta nenkuba idea yange baali bagiwamba bajje bawambe sente.
Ewa Museveni wavuddeyo
anavuddeyo ntya nafumbiddwa mu family yemu. Museveni for 20 years has failed to solve my financial problems. Kubanga omuko Erichi Mirundi is a nuclear bomb. Nina kubeera minister mukinga anfugiramu. Ndi maje ga Germany mu NATO. A man who has the brain, you control me. He can only go to he can only go to any BS where he's controlled. To control my head. I refuse. When I was sent him, but I cannot work in any BS. Kalisa nalimu asizomu. Gwe engeri yakukubamu yali akintu. Kalisa the way he treated you. Nekundi yali nemugagwe Kalisa. Kwate ebyuma bino. Abasajja bano babadde mu State House. What is this? Amazoku yase. Akoma bajo yamuwonya. Kintu kibala mu kintu nzeeyo. Wali wamusoboza akwagala wano yekwese mu kabira kira n'entuma y'obbalamu. Ani aliyo nti Kalisa. Namalona juu bamubwiti. Bemwaso omutwe ekibuli ebereyo geneza. I caused you a case where you took my 10 billion. Are you calling me back to create a case for you of $1 billion? These people operate on contradictions. If I'm a mad man, according to Dr. Kurbi and Dr. Kabushin, can you make me an advisor? First take me to Botanic and clear me. This is how I operate. You cannot make contradictions on me.
If you call a man who wrote a resignation letter and say when I voluntarily wrote a resignation letter and addressed a press conference, then I know that there is a problem. You gather information. But anyway, now that you crossed from Museveni to Muhoozi, because you have said you are of the pain, no salawali sanyu, ne suit yozokeza, are you available? You are forgetting one thing, Mirundi. Naba Muhoozi bagenda kudampinga. Gwe muntu asingo kwa munamale wa amanye wa Muhoozi. Tebakusudde wone balonda Frank Gashombo kola kuya mawulire. They dumped you.
And you don't know.
They dumped you bakusudde.
You don't know what is happening.
Bakuwadde ki?
The Gashumba group sobola jijoyininga. Why? The Gashumba group temanyi history ya NRM. When we went to the bush, many Baganda were scared. Why? Nti bano bali bamaze okugenda Mozambique. Museveni yayingira mu Folonasa.
Mirundi, katandikirawo.
Let me explain.
Walabika wawanvu.
Let me explain. Kakati mwete mukimanyi. Bwe mba muyina ekintu kye mutandika kuwako kowe ekikuuma. Not to be infiltrated. Kati bagashumba bagamba this is a bahima issue. Miyamu not a tribalistic.
Ate bagamba nti bahima issue nga balonza abantu balonza abantu kaga mu basatu okuva e Busoga, Arua, Buganda, which is actually now more of a nationalistic.
Who presided over their meeting? Their issue is bonna balwanira Jesus. Abatabuliko bonna balwanira Nabi Muhammad. They differ. Bana revival churches, but Jesus. These people are not a break away from Muhoozi. But the way they are, because they are not the real tactics. The expected Muhoozi, even if Muhoozi harbors president's ambitions, you think he would just make a structure that exposed to the enemy. Nze yanno ndokubera ku team ye organizing committee ne bankubira simu. Nembagamba okuli kiwanuka ne kalugire sijja kutundako.
Wazaliwa n'obukyayi ku bantu.
Nembagamba nti Muhoozi team is infiltrated. Sijja kubeerayo. Kubanza I'm not looking for jobs. I have the brain.
Obakino kyabadde Democratic bagambye abawagira Muhoozi beerondemu. Mirundi bakusudde tebakwita na kuyita balonze Gashumba. Imagine Gashumba is their media strategist. Gwe bakusudde you are not there.
The very day they had their election, we were having a party at Kololo, Eya Gundi. Do you know how I was treated at Kololo?
Eya Kenzo. Do you know that when I went to greet these ministers, except Nabanja, all of them stood up? Do you know that I found a table specifically for me? Do you know that this man invited me even in the dressing room? Do you see the pictures I took with the chairman Toyota? And do you know what the meetings that followed up the meeting? So as it becomes a political gathering?
I'm telling you.
It was a music concert.
nti Muhoozi ya developing bitone by'abantu is not interested in politics. Yet, how do you know whether Muhoozi is campaigning for his father? So the issue of Mirundi.
What are you saying?
Mirundi.
You are speaking. You are confusing us.
What Sayinka said, if you read a book and you fail to understand it, you say it was not meant for
wa Muhoozi singa agana okwesimbawo ate kitaawe nadda nga tuga nti across the bridge ogambye you across the bridge. What will you do?
We must harmonize. The battle is between Kaguta family and Abagalo Chiolawo. As if the Kaguta family did not is a Jijamu into Chayo.
So the presidency in Uganda belongs to the Kaguta family.
Salo Gantiri. No woman is Sally. No joke about him. The battle is over.
Let's go on record.
Yes.
The presidency in Uganda belongs to the Kaguta family.
There is a contribution. You will never erase Museveni's contribution in this country.
Yes,
George Washington is invoked in America every
Does
time.
that guarantee his son, his grandson, and others?
Now we later. Let's
have a short break. We'll be right back.
Now we
Let's have a break.